Hi everyone, so today I want to talk about hidden tics. Now, to a lot of people outside of the Tourette syndrome community, that could seem a little bit confusing when I say that. So obviously I'm going to explain, but a lot of people within the Tourette community, whether you tic yourself, have Tourette syndrome yourself, know somebody with it, have a child with it, what have you, those hidden tics probably is a lot more familiar to you and makes a lot more sense to you watching. I understand the confusion for some people outside of this realm to not understand how a tic wouldn't be visible to somebody or why you wouldn't see all tics, especially because some of the tics that I have on this video, clearly you see them. You see me moving my face, you see me making faces, you see me making movements with my shoulders. And now that I'm thinking about it, I have to do it. So those are all those visible tics. You're always going to be seeing those happen. But what happens with Tourette syndrome, or what can happen with Tourette syndrome, is there's different levels of severity, which I've spoken about a couple of times while making these videos. I myself, that I've said hundreds of times here, I have a very mild case, but that doesn't mean my days can be different. They can be roller coasters. Throughout the entire same day, I could have a lot of tics that are very, very noticeable. Anybody around me will be able to tell that I am ticking and doing something different with my body, where there are other days or hours or minutes where I'm ticking and a lot of people don't really realize it unless maybe they're close to me and they know and pick up on those small tics, or they see those slight movements maybe that I have happen when I'm having these hidden tics. And so what I mean by these hidden tics is some of it can quite honestly just be us hiding our tics. I could be ticking with my hands, but I am moving my hands. I put my hands under my desk. I do that often when I'm in big conference meetings for work. Now I've been working from home for a little over a year, so that's been nice, where if I'm not on camera, I can tic very freely, and I actually tic a little bit more at home because I'm in this comfortable environment at home, and so my body knows I can tic freely without anybody watching. And I say that meaning that even though people at work know I have Tourette syndrome and they're very accepting of it, they're wonderful, wonderful people. And even though I am very proud of who I am and proud of having Tourette syndrome, that doesn't mean that I'm still not self-conscious sometimes when I'm ticking. I mean, my body's making me do weird things, so you're always gonna have that slight bit of self-conscious, I think, sometimes. I think that's just something that would never go away completely, at least for me. So you might be physically hiding your tics under a desk, under a table, walking away into the other room and ticking so that nobody sees you specifically. Or there's tics that happen where I tic with my stomach a lot. One of my very first tics that I remember noticing was with my stomach. I felt the urge before it happened. That's why I remember so vividly when I was a child. I have to tick with my stomach muscles where they kind of like, I feel like I can only explain it as if so if I'm lying flat, my stomach's here, it's like almost like a fluttering. I have to push in and out with my stomach really quickly. And if I'm not doing that as a complex tic where I'm ticking with other parts of my body like I was just doing, a lot of people don't realize that that's happening. And that's fine. That's to no fault of anybody else's. Obviously, if you don't notice I'm ticking, that's perfectly okay with me. Obviously, I've just said obviously 100 times, but that's better. I do prefer when people don't realize that I'm ticking, but that it can cause issues and I only say that because it can cause issues because people don't think that you're ticking around them. They think that sometimes people say that they think that you're better or that you're cured because you haven't ticked in a few days or you're ticking less. And I want to put this out there as a huge, huge disclaimer that it's absolutely not true. Just because I tick less tomorrow or later today or in this video than I did in my last one, absolutely, positively does not mean that I'm cured or that I'm getting better. It just means that I'm having a better day. But these tics, they can be hidden. And so a lot of people don't realize that they're happening, or they don't think it's as bad as it is because they don't see them with their own eyes. And that can be a really complicated thing for somebody with Tourette syndrome when they're trying to tell somebody that they're struggling or how bad it can be. Another very big topic with hidden tics is internal tics, and tics like in our minds. And what I mean to say that is I kind of explain it as, it's kind of like when you have a song stuck in your head. You know, you keep singing that song in your head, or if you're like me, that one specific line from the song over and over and over again, and it's this really annoying thing, right? Well, with people with Tourette syndrome, myself included, I can repeat things to myself in my head over and over and over again, and for me personally, I repeat it. If I get stuck on this loop of an internal tic, that's kind of just like a thought that crosses my mind, or a phrase, I say it over and over and over again in my head, but then every time I do it, I have to do it faster than the last time. My brain it's how I have to do it. It's how my brain functions. If I don't do that and I don't do it faster and faster, then the urge and the uncomfortable feeling that I've tried my hardest to explain in old videos just gets worse. And because of that, it's like a domino effect for me, where even more of my tics then for the rest of that day also get worse. So it's this entire domino effect. So even though you might not think that somebody's ticking around you, you might think that their tics are better today, I will urge you to not tell somebody, oh, you must be getting better, or, oh, are you getting better? Because that can cause also some inner turmoil of people thinking like, oh, well, they don't see me tic, so do they think I'm faking it? Or now it's making me feel like I have to tic, and so then it seems like I'm faking it. I know that has been an inner conversation for me at least. So that's just a quick video about hidden tics and what they can be for different people. There's all kinds of others that are out there, but I just wanted to do a quick video on it. This was actually requested, and I thought it was a great idea. So I was very happy to do so. So if there's any other topics you want to see covered, be sure to reach out to me, comment below, reach out to me on my Facebook page, facebook.com/1tic@a-time, and I'll be sure to do a video on that, or just answer your question below if it's not a video length answer. As you all know, Awareness Month is starting very, very soon, May 15th through June 15th. So be sure to keep upping those awareness efforts. Let's get that message out there strong this year. I know that I will be upping my efforts as well. And if you didn't see my last video, I now have a shop where you can now find One Tic at a Time shirts and stickers, as well as shirts that are not your excuse shirts. And I don't know why I put that in quotes, but not your excuse, and say that Tourette syndrome is real. All funds from those go to offsetting costs of awareness events that I do every year, or if I don't host an awareness event where it didn't cost as much, then it'll be a donation to the Tourette Syndrome Association. So find the link to that in the comment or the caption below, and I will see you next time.